What's going on, people? It is your old pal CHH here today. We got some pretty cool physical media news, and there's options with this, so I thought this would be really cool to talk about. Obviously, the big thing we're talking about today is Jaws. The sequels are coming out, and I have something I want to talk about that I find very weird about these Jaws movies, and something that it's very fascinating to me. So we'll get into that. But one of the other things I want to announce, this is kind of like a cult movie. People love this movie. Ryan Gosling's movie Drive. That had this incredible Second Sight box set that came out a few years ago. I kind of wish I would have got it. It's a very well put together box set. It's gorgeous. You could find reviews of it online. And it kind of came and went, and I think people were like, it was so nice, but by the time people either learned about it or that sort of thing, they were kind of just like, I'm not going to worry about it right now because I don't want to get the standard version of that. Well, they're putting out a nice 4K steelbook of it. So we've got that. The release date of that, I believe, is sometime this summer. I'm forgetting the exact date, but I'll drop it down in the comment section below the release dates on all these movies. That way you guys know. So that's coming out. As far as other stuff, it's just like we're still waiting on Godzilla -1. I think once Godzilla X Kong comes out and that's out of the way, we'll get the Godzilla -1 announcement. God knows that's all I'm really interested in. I mean, I'm going to pick up Godzilla X Kong. What the hell name is that? I'm not saying the movie's horrible. I'm going to see it, but I'm going to wait till I own it to see it. But I think a lot of people are wondering where Godzilla -1 is. From what I understand, I can't verify this, but I heard that Toho doesn't want to compete with themselves. So I think once Godzilla X Kong comes out and it's out and the dust is kind of settled, then we'll get an announcement for Godzilla -1. And I think they're even trying to work with the distributor to find out who's going to do it. They need to do it nice, obviously. They need to have, the black and white version on there. A ton of special features for America. They need to do some cool stuff like that, considering this movie was a big success over here as well, not just in Japan and across the world. So hopefully we get the announcement of something nice with that soon. I will be doing a 4K review of RoboCop 2 and all that when that comes out. I'm very, very, very excited for RoboCop 2. I may get the nice version. I'm unsure. I may just get the standard version. I may get the nice version just because I love those movies so much, but I'll figure all that out. So anyway, guys, so let's talk about it. The Jaws sequels, Jaws 3 and 4 are coming out, and this is what I find interesting. So they're giving you options. So let's run that down, then I'll give you my theory and everything. So, Jaws 3 and 4, let's look right now at what they're offering. The first offer they have for Jaws 3 that's coming out is they are going to do those limited edition steelbooks. But Part 1 steelbook didn't look like these. Part 1 steelbook was just like the standard blue kind of steelbook. It's not bad, but I can already tell this is probably going to annoy some collectors because there's not going to be this uniformity with everything. And again, this goes back to a theory I kind of have. But here's an example. The Jaws 3 and 4, I'll show them on screen, but like they did the 4K for Jaws 2 in a steelbook, and it looked like this. And it's really cool. I like it. I believe it kind of makes a picture, and it doesn't make a solid picture like some of those Vestrons do, but they did a really good job with that. That looks really good. So they did that, and they also put out Jaws 2 in a standard 4K release. So Jaws 3, they're announcing the steelbook and a standard 4K release for that, which is cool. And I don't know if there's going to be a Blu-ray 3D of Jaws 3. I think there may be, because there's a multi-pack that we're going to talk about, and I'll kind of talk to you guys about what I think I'm going to do with this, because I'm not sure, but they may include the 3D Blu-ray on there. I don't think they would have to redo a disc for that. They may be able to just press the original Blu-ray 3D discs that they had, and if they do, great, that's fine, I think, because there's still a 3D market out there, people that like 3D. So they have two options for that, the steelbook, which looks cool in the standard version, and then let's look now at the Jaws the Revenge 4K, which I know that sounds crazy in and of itself. They're actually making a Jaws the Revenge 4K. So they also have a standard version they're putting up for Jaws the Revenge, but then they have a steelbook for that, which I think looks really cool. They're not my favorite sort of designs I've seen for steelbooks, but they're really good, and I think a lot of people like them. When they put out Jaws 2 on steelbook, this one, A lot of people were grabbing this, and then I know a lot of people also preferred the standard slip version as well. So I think they probably both sold well, both versions. I think if you want to get the standard version of the 4K Part 2 now, it probably wouldn't have a slip cover, just in case you're wondering. But so that's really cool. The question for Jaws 4 I want to know is, I don't think this has been done before, or I'm pretty sure it has been done before. I want the television ending in the movie to where I can watch it with the ending, because I like the television ending so much better than the actual ending. And my theory is they took the television ending out because the shark roars and makes a dinosaur sound, which I still think happens in the regular version. But so if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, so in the television ending, the boat stabs the shark as it comes up out of the ground. It stabs it, and then the boat breaks down and blows up, or not blows up, but the boat crashes and breaks because of the shark getting speared by it, and then the shark dies, and then they swim away. And there's a great little miniature that they make that stabs the fish, and it may not look great on 4K. It looks good on TV when I saw it, because I saw it on TV. But I've also seen the movie on TV where they played the other ending, which I don't understand. But, my want is for them to finally put that ending in the movie where you can watch it that way, and not just as some sort of special feature or something, which some of the DVDs I don't even think had that as a special feature. You can find the footage on YouTube, so hopefully that happens. I don't know. But they also have a standard 4K version of those movies. So when they put these movies out on Blu-ray, they put the sequels out separately as well. The Blu-ray for Part 1 came out well before the sequels, and then these Blu-rays came out, and they made separate individual releases for this. They also made a multi-pack for 2, 3, and 4. And so they did the same with the 4K. The 4K for Jaws came out first. It was a big deal. This was the standard 4K release, which was really nice. Came in this lenticular side loader, which is really, really cool. Comes with a booklet as well. So I love this release of Jaws. This is my favorite release of Jaws I own. It's just perfect. Special features are great. Picture quality is literally sensational, but you knew that they were going to do a good job for Jaws. So here's the dilemma. The way Universal treats these movies, it's like they never want the sequels to be anywhere near the original in terms of when these movies get released, or in terms of collections. I don't think I've ever seen a Jaws collection of all 4 movies before. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm thinking right now, and I don't think I've ever seen it. So it's weird, because let's say, okay, I love the Steelbooks, I'm going to get the Steelbooks. Well, when it comes to Part 1, you probably own this version, which I think is a great version, so it's not a slight on this. Or you have the Steelbook, which is just a blue Steelbook. Again, it's not that I think anything's wrong with that, but for the collectors, they may be saying like, well, damn, I can get those Steelbooks for 2, 3, and 4, but they're not going to be like the first movie. And this is first world problems, I understand, but I know my audience, and they're collectors too, and they're into this sort of thing. Maybe I could get the standard 4K versions of the movies, and that'll be fine. And that, I think, will be more closely in line to what you would want to do. Obviously, the first one would have this more of a prestige, considering it comes in a side loader like this, and has the booklet for, comes with the movie. And then, the case for Jaws is like this, which this is different because they put the words in the mouth, but it's like, okay, I think for the collectors that have the OCD and want things to look the same, if you have this release, you best bet maybe to get this movie's standard versions on 4K separately. But they have a multi-pack, which they did on Blu-ray. They did a multi-pack of 2, 3, and 4 on Blu-ray. So here's the multi-pack for the movies now. What is cool about this is they do come with the Blu-rays, which makes me think that they probably do that because they'll be able to include the 3D version of Part 3 on Blu-ray with this, which I hope they do that still. Now here's what I don't know yet. If I can find this out, this will be a clincher for me. So I don't know if I want to get the Steelbooks for 3 and 4 because I am getting a little bit more into the aesthetics of collecting some of these things. So I may get the standard versions, but if I can't tell by the pictures, but if the multi-pack of 2, 3, and 4 is a lenticular side loader, I might get the multi-pack for the movies. So that comes with 2, 3, and 4, so I would technically be rebuying 2, but if it is a lenticular side loader for the multi-pack, I'll sell this. I'll sell my Steelbook, which I don't know if it's still available or not, and then I'll get that. But it's weird that they're not putting out a collection of 1 through 4. They separate Part 1 from these movies always. Like, I don't know that I've ever seen a complete collection of the Jaws films together. 2, 3, and 4, they obviously did that with the Blu-ray set, and now they're doing it with the 4K, but they've never combined all 4 of them, which is a little bit of a bummer, I guess. I'm sure some of the fans will take matters into their own hands soon and make... I know companies that... Or not companies, but I know people that make custom box sets, and they'll probably do that, but it's just weird that they won't put the movies out as a complete box set. It's just... I don't understand, like, the harm in that. Nobody's saying that those sequels are as good as Jaws, but they're in... For God's sakes, they're Jaws 2, 3, and 4. Like, I get they're not going to put Cruel Jaws in there, but, I mean, it's just... It's interesting that they do that. So I know there are options which are good, guys. So you can get the steelbooks for 3 and 4, which will match your part 2 steelbook. You can get standard versions of 3 or 4, or you can get the 2, 3, and 4 4K collection, which I'm gonna try to find out if it is a side-loading lenticular. I might get that. I might get the collection of 2, 3, and 4 and sell my steelbook, but I don't know. I have to find that out, guys. But I just thought it was really interesting. I wanted to talk about that because of the variety that they're giving you, but also the fact that they won't do a box set with all 4 movies. I don't know. I just find it weird, and it's kind of sad at the same time. But let me know what you guys think about this. Which options are you going for? Which ones are you interested in? Are you not interested in maybe 3 or 4, or what do you guys feel about all this? I mean, it's cool that they're giving us options, but it's just like we're close to the finish line, but we didn't quite make it without a complete collection. So let me know how you guys feel down below. This is your old pal CHH. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.